What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Freaky Gaming and welcome to another Fallout 4 video. In today's Fallout 4 video, I have some DLC news for you guys. For some of you who may not know or who may have missed it, Bethesda has announced 3 DLCs that are coming out over the next 3 months, which are for March 2016, April 2016, and May of 2016. This month is February 2016, so they announced it in February. So over the next 3 months, we should expect to get 3 DLCs from Bethesda, which is really cool. Now, Bethesda has already stated that this will not be the only DLCs that are going to be on available for the Fallout 4 game. They still have them later to come, and obviously in June, for those of you who may not know, Bethesda is hosting another E3 2016 press conference. So there may be a lot of Fallout 4 news there, or there may be, different game Fallout 4 wise, or, Skyrim 6, but this is not what the video is about. This video is specifically focusing on the DLCs. So let's get straight into it, guys. Coming in March 2016 is a DLC known as Automatron. Now, Automatron is going to cost you $9.99, and Automatron is basically about an evil mechanist to release a bunch of evil robots into the Wasteland. Now, nobody knows exactly what these robots are at this moment. We're not sure if they're going to be Securetrons, Sentry bots, Protectrons, or whatever. Mr. Gusties, Mr. Handies. We don't know what robots are going to be here, except for one. There has been one confirmed evil robot, which is going to be the Robo Brain. I'm not sure if you guys remember it from Fallout New Vegas. The Robo Brain was super cool and super, ridiculously hard to kill for some reason. They just got on my nerves all the time. Because sometimes they would just find me for some reason. I don't know why. But the Robo Brains are going to be back in the Automatron DLC. Now, with the Automatron DLC, basically, as you guys can see here, you guys are going to be able to get your own robot, which is really, really cool in my opinion. Now, when you get your own robot, what you guys could do is actually kill those evil machines that were let loose by the mechanist. Once you kill those evil machines, you could sort of scrap them for parts, and then you could build your own customized robot companion. Yes, you heard me correctly, your own customized robot companion, which would be really cool and amazing. The closest that you could get to a robot customized companion right now is here where I am at, which is a robotics disposal site. If you activate him, this robot here, by going in there, you could sort of just walk around with him, but he really doesn't do much else. He's really not yours to control, which I think sucks. But the customization options that are supposedly going to be available for your robot companion are things like his attachments, his armor, his weapons. Supposedly you're going to be able to put modifications on the robot, and there's going to be a new gun, a chain lightning gun, which is going to be really cool. Not sure if it's going to shoot lightning or chains. I'm just kidding. It's probably going to shoot bullets, but who knows, it might shoot lightning. That'd be really cool. There's supposed to be new weapons in this DLC. You could even customize the robot's paint job, and you could even go as far as to customize the robot's voice, which I think would be really cool. Imagine having your own robot with his voice, and he's like, "Happy birthday, Polly." And anyways, that's it for the Automatron DLC. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing, my opinion. And if you guys also look at this image once more, you guys could see that in the right hand corner, this Wastelander, this is the only image from Automatron so far, the DLC. And if you look in the right hand sort of area, you could see where I put this circle up. You could sort of see the circle around the Wastelander. And this Wastelander has some really unique armor on if you haven't taken a look yet. Now, I have every single piece of unique armor in the game. I have all the armor sets available in the game, heavy, light, sturdy, and none of them look relatively similar to this armor set here, which I think there might be some new armor in this DLC, so that's going to be really fun. I can't wait for that to come out. And now, guys, the second DLC is going to come out in April, and it's going to be called Wasteland Workshop. Now, what Wasteland Workshop is going to be is basically a DLC that you could purchase for $4.99, $5, quite expensive, but totally worth it in my opinion, because with this DLC, what you guys can do is actually get sort of new stuff for your settlements. There hasn't been really too much confirmed, but I'm pretty sure they're going to add some new furniture. They said they're definitely going to add new lighting, and I'm pretty sure they're going to add new everything, including new structures, new workstations, new just basically everything, new defenses, new plants, new decorations for your settlements, like the jukebox that I have in here. They're going to probably add new lights, like more of these, and maybe some different type of, cool lights. And they said they're definitely going to add more paintings and more decorations. They said they're even going to allow you to do taxidermy like you can in this game, where you could sort of just open this up and go all the way over to crafting, I believe. No, it's not crafting, it's decorations. And then you guys could go and then you could put I forgot what it is, wall decorations, and then you could go all the way over to taxidermy, like the mounts. Like you could put a Brahmin head and a Murlurt crab and a mole rat mounted head, which I think is really cool. So that's going to be released with the Wasteland Workshop. Also going to be released with the Wasteland Workshop is going to be the ability to build cages to trap wasteland creatures in them, such as death claws, mole rats, basically really any wasteland creature that you want to capture with that cage, you could capture. They say you could even capture raiders with those cages, which I think is really cool. You know how awesome it'd be to capture a raider? Now, when you capture these sort of raiders or the wasteland creatures, you have two options, supposedly. One is that you could tame them and make them your own and have them follow you, basically them your companion, and have them help you out, have them join your settlement or whatever. But none of that's been confirmed as of yet. But it says you can tame them. That has been confirmed. Not sure what it means by tamed, but most likely it's going to be you could use them like to sort of guard your settlements, or just be your follower, or just hang around you, make them follow you and stuff like that. Or you have the option to make them battle each other, basically make them fight each other. You could even build big ol' arenas, set up your own little arena and just make people fight each other all the time, which I think a lot of people are going to do. I might do a series on that. I sort of already had a series on that, but I sort of had to put a stop to it. And the third and final DLC, which is going to be the biggest DLC Bethesda has ever released, according to, Bethesda. This is going to be their biggest DLC ever. It's going to have the most content basically added in any DLC they have ever released before. And this DLC is called Fair Harbor. Now, what Fair Harbor is, if you guys could see, I popped it up on the screen. Fair Harbor is basically a really large DLC, supposedly. Basically, how it supposedly begins, as of the information we have right now, is basically you go to the Nick Valentine Detective Agency in Diamond City. And at the Nick Valentine Detective Agency in Diamond City, you get a case, and this case, supposedly, you are given is to find a very young woman. And when you're trying to find this young woman, it obviously leads you to a place called Far Harbor. Now, I'm not sure if that's the name of the location or not, but that is the name of the DLC, so we're just going to call it Far Harbor for now. And when you guys go try to investigate in Far Harbor, supposedly you come across a big ol', I guess you could say, a dispute between the children of Adam, Synths, and a bunch of people that live there. They're just basically villagers that live there, or settlement that live there, or the village people, whatever you want to call them. They live there. They're sort of stuck in a dispute between Synths, children of Adam, and obviously the people who were originally there, like the village people and stuff like that. But it is going to be their largest DLC. They said it's going to add new weapons. It's going to add a totally different map, so we're no longer going to play in the Commonwealth. We are totally going to go to a different area. As you guys could tell in this image of Far Harbor, we could sort of see a boat, and this boat is obviously going to take you most likely to a harbor. And from the harbor, odds are that harbor is going to basically split up into a very large map. In my opinion, that's what I think. You start at the harbor and you sort of work your way in, and supposedly you could either choose to side with the Synths to sort of take over Far Harbor, or you could side with the children of Adam, or you could help the village people that live there. But nothing's been confirmed yet. I'm just assuming that's what you could do. But Far Harbor is confirmed, and that is the story that you get a quest from Nick Valentine, basically the Valentine Detective Agency, and you have to go to a place called Far Harbor, and you sort of got to get on a ship and get there, which I think is really cool, which I think is going to be amazing because they're expanding the map in the game world. They're adding more content, and Bethesda has also said within this DLC period of time, they are also going to include free updates for people who can't afford the DLCs, because Far Harbor is going to run you $29.99, which is quite expensive, and the whole season pass costs at $30. A lot of people didn't buy the season pass. In my opinion, they missed out, because Far Harbor's $30, Automatron's $10, and the Wasteland Workshop is another $5. That is $35 in total. And plus, Bethesda said this isn't even all the DLCs they are going to release, so there is going to be more, probably around $30 more with the DLC, in my opinion, which is probably going to be pretty amazing, pretty awesome. And I got sidetracked, but in Far Harbor, once again, you sort of get a quest from Valentine Detective Agency, then you have to go and investigate Far Harbor to find her, and in Far Harbor, there's sort of all that conflict going on. Nobody knows exactly what missions or what side quests are going to be there, but it has been confirmed that there's going to be new weapons, new armors, new enemies, higher level enemies, harder enemies, and just a bunch of other stuff like that, which I think is really cool. And it's supposedly the biggest DLC Bethesda has ever released, once again, even bigger than Dragonborn, which I think Dragonborn was gigantic. If it is bigger than Dragonborn, Far Harbor is going to be totally worth the $29.99. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please drop that like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Anyways, it's been your boy Freaky Gaming. I love each and every single one of you. I will see you guys right back here tomorrow. And remember, stay freaky.